Welcome to another Spectrum Protect Plus how-to video. My name is Seb Barfield. I am a technical engineer at Silverstring, and today we're going to go through adding another vSnap to your Spectrum Protect Plus estate. This is on the assumption that you've already added or set up your Spectrum Protect Plus vSnaps. But this is also, you can use this if you have only just set up, you've got your GUI added, you've set up your vSnaps, and you just need to add in your first vSnap themselves. You can also use this to add in further vSnaps or additional vSnaps if you're looking to add more load or balance out the amount of disk that's been used across both vSnaps. So what we're going to do is going to click the little arrow, expand our window here, go down to System Configuration and expand that. And then underneath Backup and Storage, we're going to go into Disk. So what we can see here on disk is we have the host name, the site, version of Spectrum Protect Plus that is installed on that vSnap, and the status capacity of the amount of information there. What you can see here is you've got the site called The Cloud, but you might be setting up potentially a replica server, or you might have a primary data that is being stored on a vSnap in a different data center. You might call it primary data. It could be your secondary cloud, for instance. And to set up a site, we will then go into site here, and you can just create by clicking add site here and giving it a name. So basically, this site is just a name. It's just a naming convention of knowing where that data is available or where that data is located. So we could create anything we want to there. But going back to disk, we'll then click add disk storage here. And you can see here, be assured to adhere to vSnap hardware and memory requirements as described in the IBM Spectrum Protect Plus blueprints, accessible from the IBM Spectrum Protect Plus Knowledge Center. So underneath the hostname IP is what the IP address you gave to your vSnap when you installed it and you added the network settings. So make sure you put that in there. You may have also set it up in a hostname as well, so you could also use that hostname as well. And then what you do is select the site. So here we've got secondary, we've got the cloud, we've got random sites that we've previously created whilst doing our setup of Spectrum Protect Plus. So in our demo environment, we might set up one called secondary. And also what you can do here is use an existing user if you wanted to, and you could select that user here. So selecting that existing user, you may have created a generic username and password for every vSnap that's exactly the same. Again, that's not recommended. It's recommended that you do use different passwords or usernames for each vSnap. But again, you may have done this. Enter that username ID and also the password that you created when you installed that vSnap and you logged in and you ran the command vSnap create user or user create. And this basically will just log in and give it access to that vSnap in your environment that you have created. And once you created that, it'll pop up like this and it will load in here with the hostname IP, and you'll be able to see it here. So underneath status capacity, this will be blank. So in actions, you'll click rescan. And then once you've done rescan or inventory, it will then go and check that vSnap and it will load that information. So then it will do a rescan and you'll get a pop-up window similar to the one that just shows there. Another thing you can do is click edit here. And if you do find that your inventory is not populating any information, you may have entered your username or password incorrectly. You may have entered the IP address incorrectly. So you can just come back in, clicking that pencil icon, and you can re-enter that information here. You could also click the spanner and hammer icon here. And clicking into this, it allows you to check if deduplication or compression is enabled. So coming into that, clicking the spanner and the hammer icon, you can come in here and you may not want compression or deduplication enabled potentially. It may also be switched off, so you might want to come in here and just make sure everything is set up as it should be. You can also click disks. You can see if there's any new disks that could be added to the backup storage. So you may be a case that if you have added more disks to your vSnap and you need to add that in, what you can do is come into here and add a new disk to the backup storage. Also underneath partners, you can configure storage partners here as well. So if you do have your primary vSnap set up and you've added a replica a few months down the line, you can add its storage partner. So that's enabling a connection between your primary and your second vSnap. And clicking add here, you add that IP address here, and you select a partner here. So you can see we've got a partner that we can add here. You could also set up Active Directory and connect that into your vSnap as well through the SPP GUI, and advanced options that you can have a look at as well. So you could look at concurrent stream limits, you could look at stream limits for replication, rate limit per stream in bytes or second. So you might have a case where you may need to look at changing these numbers. But again, by default, I would recommend not messing around with these settings at all. Once you've made sure enable compression and deduplication is set to what you want as a company, you can click save, and then on further or future backups that go to that vSnap, it will then either enable compression and deduplication, it may just enable deduplication and dedupe your data, or it may just compress that data. So it's all about how you want to manage your data. You may just not want deduplication running because of the dedupe table in RAM, for example, or it could just be a case of being able to restore that data again, but then with dedupe compression, the time difference is negligible in most instances. Once you've done that, then you've got that vSnap available to your environment. So that is how to add a vSnap to your Spectrum Protect Plus environment, and how to add the host name, how to enable compression and deduplication, how to look at future advanced settings that may need to be changed in the future. But thank you for watching. My name's been Seb Barfield, technical engineer at Silverstring. Please check out future videos on Predator YouTube plays. Please drop a like and subscribe if you like these videos, and thank you for watching.